my channel. I am Stephanie. This is 2022 year in review. All them stats and yeah, the things. Okay, like I said, this is like the year stats. The year stats. It was a wild year. It was a wild year. There were lots of downs in 2022. And I definitely like just kind of leaned into the reading. I hadn't recovered from 2021. I mean, my health is borderline, I guess you could say. You know, I'm not having as many problems with my eye, but then again, I'm not stressing myself out. I stopped worrying about what people thought about me on the internet, and definitely had my moments of feelings. But by the end, by December, I was like, I guess I'm just not meant to be part of that cliquish romance community friendship like bubble. It's just not me, obviously. I'm obviously too old or older that it doesn't, I'm not the cool thing. I don't read the popular stuff that everyone else reads, and my I guess you could say my refusal to become a public social justice advocate or discusser, you know, put on those discussions. Yeah, that's not me, and I'm okay with that. Obviously, the stats for, you know, my different social media platforms and things like that have definitely showed that you guys want that, and I'm not willing to do that. That's a boundary that I'm not gonna cross, because I never got to the place where I was getting paid to do that emotional education and trauma, and you know, I'm no. So I'm, you know, instituting those boundaries of, I'm not getting paid for that emotional labor, so I'm not going to do that emotional labor. It probably doesn't help that I probably started, I'm like in that perimenopausal area. So I don't give a fuck. Yeah, there's that. There's that as well. So I've rambled on enough, and I probably thinking you guys are just here for the stats, so I'm gonna make this real quick. At the end, I will put a slideshow of all of the week's thumbnails. So if there is a book that you have been looking for, or if you want to think about looking at those different whatchamacallit, those videos, they're there. They're there for your viewing pleasure. My philosophy is, if I help one person, or if one person finds a book because I talked about it or discussed it, then I'm winning the internet, and I'm going to continue with that. So here's our stats. I read 306 books in 2022. Goodreads says that I read 308, but 2 of them were collections, and I had broken them out in their individual books. So there is that. 136 of those were audiobooks. 169 of them were ebooks. I read 56 ARCs, or advanced reads. I read a total of 185 Black authored books in 2022. And that, I love it. 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 Found so many new authors that I'm gonna be like diving into their backlist and things like that. So it was absolutely amazing. I read 1 physical book. How that happened, I don't know. There's that. So here are my ratings for the year. I DNF'd 23 books, and if you are interested to know which 23 books I DNF'd, I will be doing a video, or a video will be releasing for those 23, where I'm going to attempt to discuss those 23 books. Attempts, yeah. I only gave one 1-star book in 2022. That's really wild. Yeah, that's really wild. Now that I think about it, I had 6 2 stars. I had 34 3-star books. I had 159 4-star books, and I had 83 5-star books. So pretty much, whew, 2022 was the year of good, not great, but not dumpster fire. That's, yeah, that's where we're at. Over on TikTok, I had said, I kind of called out the girlies that were able to pick out one favorite book for each month. And I was like, I could never be. I'm that girly. I'm that girly. I did it. I did it. It was hard. It was hard. It was really, really, really hard. But I did it. I mean, I pick 5 favorites per month so that I could do one favorite out of those 5 for every single month. So here we go. For the month of January, my favorite book was My Sweet Potato Pie by Sonia B. February was Watermelon Sugar by L. Lauren. March was a duet of Dirty Calls and Dirty Endeavors by Sade Renee. This was my introduction to her, and I was like, ha, yes, yes. And since have been reading her backlist and enjoying every moment of it. April was Worship and Depraved by Trilina Pucci. These were books that I read to introduce myself to this author and have been loving all of her work since then. Next, in May, we have This Is Love by Natasha Matson. This was a favorite of mine, and it was going up against some serious competition. But I really enjoyed this book because, yes, it was hockey romance, but it was about a goalie, and you don't see goalies discussed very often in hockey romance. And I was like, ooh, yes. And he was Greek, and our female main character was French, and I was like, I really enjoyed their banter, enjoyed their interaction, and it was a thing. I loved it. Hey guys, what's up? So as I was editing this video, I forgot that I didn't put one of the months in there. So for June, the favorite book is Last on the List by Amy Dawes. Love this, love the fat rep, love the work rep that went into this. So much fun. Single dad, kiddo, lots of antics, and it was just so good. So good. Loved it. Okay. Back to the other months. In July was another hard month for me, but I'm going to have to give it to The Hookup Plan by Farrah Roshan. She put her whole damn foot into this book, and I loved every moment of it. Oh my God. It was so good. It wrapped up our girlfriends group perfectly, and we had a good amount of angst between our 2 main characters who knew each other when they were in high school, were rivals when they were in high school, and then all of a sudden they're working together again. It gave this emotional connection to all of them, and then, like I said, wrapping up the ending just mwah, so perfectly. Perfect. Yes, definitely. In August, I read Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. She put me in that emotional, just gut-wrenching place that she does with this book. It was beautiful. I raved about it. I wanted everyone to read it. I had to get on it because the girlies were eating up them advanced copies, and I was like, oh, you shall not. I shall not be on the end of that train. I will be up front as well. So I got up on my advanced copy read and read it, and it was everything. So seen as a married person, not necessarily going through what they went through, but the fact that Kennedy put so much of her whole heart and whole self and soul, whole being into this book, talking about depression, talking about divorce, talking about loss, talking about grief, and just, uh, everything, everything, everything. So good. In the month of September, LaQuette gave me Vanessa Jarrett's Got a Man, and it was everything. It gave me all the scene that could be, because Vanessa was this woman that got divorced and had ended up going to this small town. The whole discussion of driving in like into a small town at night and these dark roads, and I was just like, yes, 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 everything, everything. It wasn't your run of the mill interracial romance. And then I got to speak with LaQuette about it, and that conversation, if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check out our Let Me Introduce You series interview that I did with LaQuette. It was just, it was amazing. I loved her fan art, or her fan pics, celebrity fan pics for Vanessa Jarrett, and this cover was just stunning, and I loved it. I loved every single moment of it. In October, I'm going with A Wild Heart by Amy Knight, and the reason she's getting this one over the other books that I read in October is because Amy sort of warned me that this was going to be a hard book, but from start to finish, she gripped my heart and just gave me everything. It was about a female that had experienced loss through the military, and trying to move on and having a child by that military member that is lost, and just everything, and also having a history, and it just really dealt with grief in this beautiful, beautiful, gut-wrenching, heart-wrenching way that I just loved just all of it. Loved every single minute and bit of that. For the month of November, it was a hard decision for me to pick, but I went with Ruthless Reign by Alethea Romick. I read other books by Alethea this year, but this one kind of got me. It got me. I'm looking forward to the rest of the series. We have a queen who, a princess who is like an American princess in this land, and there's some ties to government because her parents have some ties to government. Then she has to deal with a possibly abusive husband in a prince, but come to find out that prince may not be all that he seems, because the firm or the king has hired an actor to play the prince, and what is going on. And I'm here for the twists and turns, and I was like, yes, we're back in romantic suspense goodness with Alethea, and I had to give it to her for that. For the month of December, I went with The Holly Dates by Brittany Cherry, all because she gave me grumpy sunshine, she gave me heart, she gave me swoon, she gave me laughing and crying and just sweet moments, and having these two characters unravel their souls to us was just amazing. I loved it. We have our female character who is going on first dates and only can get first dates, and we have our grumpy character, male main character, who has his own issues but is willing to help our female main character get past that first date thing. But then some other things start to unravel, and they start getting close, and there's a friendship, and it was just so good. It was so good. So for some honorable mentions, I would be remiss, because I like raved about these books in 2022, not to put them on as honorable mentions, and that is the Princess Bride trilogy by J.J. McAvoy. I read the first book and was on like this KU hiatus for a moment and was kicking myself. I was like, why did I do that to myself? Why? But then I went and finished up the trilogy and was just like, yes, chef's kiss. Mwah! Chef's kiss. Loved it. It went from new adult until adulthood in a romance that was interracial, and I was like here for it. Royalty, yes, it was giving. It was giving. Then let's talk about the Work Husbands series by Blue Sapphire. Whew. Talk about twists and turns and how everything was interconnected, and I just loved it. I loved it. It was mafia, but not mafia, but really mafia. Lots of secret identities and secret things going on in the background, and I was here for it. And if you want to know what other books I read in 2023 or 2022, sorry, not in 2023 yet, in 2022, make sure you check out that slideshow. Like I said, I will put all of the weeks by week thumbnails in the end as a slideshow, so you guys can go check those out to find out more about all of the books that I just talked about. Some of my goals for 2023 is to really get into my read and watch series, which is where I am reading fiction books and books that are in the inspiration for some of the television shows and movies that we have coming out in 2023 or 2022 type things. I'm doing vlogs for those, and I will be putting those over on Patreon and releasing them throughout the year, probably like once a month or so here on YouTube after Patreon has seen them and things like that. It depends. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm also going to be doing journaling and silent virtual book club over on my Patreon. So if you're interested in that, if you don't know what a silent book club is, it's where you just kind of get together, you talk about what you're reading. There is no assigned reading that goes along with it. You read what you want to read, and you kind of discuss it. In the beginning, you sit down, you silently read for a while, a timed amount, 30, 45 hour type situation, and then at the end, you discuss what you read and you go on about your business. So I'm still trying to figure out when I'm going to do that, but if that is something that you're interested in, please let me know down in the comment section. Yeah. Other than that, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. My Let Me Introduce You series, author interest form, and author suggestion form are down in the description box, as well as all my other social media links are down there so you can stay connected with me everywhere. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great 2023.
When I saw you over there, I wasn't sure. Now I'm feeling something I haven't before. Look at us now dancing now, skin to skin. If you keep this up, then I'll let you in, 'cause you have a way with me like no one else, yeah, you weight on my shoulder. Had me going never once I told you no. Told you no. Kept going like a marching soldier. Play my part, boy, I had to hold you down. Hold it down. When the tidal waves come around and wipe off what we built, would you fight for love, or would you back down and let our hope drown? When the world is everything to break us up for good, would you hang around? When all we got right now, tell me how you feel about us. Yeah, yeah. Tell me how you feel about us. Yeah, yeah.
Cuando esas caricias tocaban toda tu piel. Tell me how you feel about us. Tell me how you feel about us. Yeah, soñé que me querías, pero no es cierto. Solo lo haces pa' que yo esté contento. La chispa de la llama se apagó lento. Cambiamos mentiras por juramentos. Sabía todo de ella, pero ahora ya no lo sé. Siempre has estado tan bella, pero has cambiado, mujer.
When the tidal waves come around and wipe off what we built, would you fight for love, or would you back down and let our hope drown?
Siendo que ya no te tengo, o al menos ya no tu amor. No, no, no.
Tell me how you feel about